Astrid. I am certain that you have much to consider given recent events, so I will make this short. The box before you contains a reconditioned copy of the Brotherhood tenets that I commissioned for the sanctuary. I noticed that the copy that currently graces the wall of the sanctuary is unreadable, so I took it upon myself to have this replacement created. I have 2 contracts to attend to and will be back in 3 days. I hope this is enough time for you to gather your thoughts, as I expect to have a private conversation when I return. With regard to the tenets, there is no need to thank me. I'm sure that you value these simple rules as much as I, and will waste no time having them posted. I would be very disappointed if I were not able to look upon them when I arrive. Naturally, the courier I sent will have to be killed, but I assume you will not have a problem with that. Fleet. Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Arcane Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. Welcome back to the story, everyone. It is Chapter 7, Part 2. If you watched Part 1 of this chapter, you will know what you can expect from this episode. This episode is really going to be all about Fleet setting up his base of operations, and we are on our way to do that right now, but it looks like we have a threat in the road. So are we going to help this person or just keep going? Oh, they're bandits. I'm thinking we probably ought to help them. So let's see what we can do from horseback with our shiny new sword. Let's flip it around here. Oh yeah, they're coming after me. This really only works well if I can get some distance. We have one bandit here who's preoccupied with a hunter. So that frees us up to charge the other one. There's one good lick. It's not the most efficient way to fight, but it's sort of fun. And I'm really interested in making sure that I don't pound on this poor hunter too much. Now my primary attack is going to allow me to take a swing on the right side of the horse. My alternate attack is going to be a swing on the left side of the horse. So we're just going to kind of charge, peck away at these guys. There we go. One thing you can do is kind of circle around them, getting a nice tight circle around them. There's a backhander. That took that last one out with a backhander. And we're going to make our return strike. This guy is down. We're going to finish him. There it is. And I think our hunter even survived. Let's take a look and see if these clowns have anything of value. Snowberries. Delicious. Okay. Bandits never really have that much. Especially when you catch them out in the open like this. But, lockpicks, we'll take that. Oh, there's our hunter, already back to her hunting. Hey, you're welcome. Alright. I'm actually kind of surprised that she survived that attack. Alright, and we are on to Riverwood. Now, let's back up a little bit. If you remember, back in Chapter 6, we experienced a flashback. Now, don't ask me which episode it was, because I can't remember stuff like that. But if you go back through and you look at the descriptions on YouTube, you'll very quickly be able to figure out which one it was I'm talking about. Because I'm talking about the Chapter 6 episode when we experienced a flashback of Fleet in the Midden down below the Mage College, discovering a book. He discovered a book called The Legend of the Eagle's Nest. And he is of the belief that that book was specifically left there for him to find. It was some kind of divine providence that he was to find this book, and that this book was going to lead him to what would become his home or his base of operations for the new and improved Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood of his vision, so to speak. So, inside that book was a map that seemed to indicate that this secret location was very close to Riverwood. So we are here in Riverwood now. We are going to make ourselves comfortable. We're going to dry off. We're going to get a good night's sleep. We're going to get a bite to eat. And we are going to sit down in the comfort of this nice, warm, great room, and we are going to review that book again and determine where we need to go and what we need to do in order to find this place.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
Heard any rumors lately?
They say a dragon attacked Helgen. Sounds like hogwash to me.
I don't think so. We were there. All right, let's take the room.
It's yours for a day.
We're going to keep that dragon fact to ourselves.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too.
Heard any rumors?
Word is, Ulfric's Stormcloak escaped from the Imperials. War's only gonna get worse now.
Oh, he did. We were there when that happened, too.
We've got something of a love triangle here in River.
Oh, that's old news.
Fatal and Sven, both
We don't
vying
get a
for
lot of
Camilla's
travelers
affections.
here in Riverwood.
Until next time.
All right. It's clear we've tapped them out of good information. So let's see if we can warm up a little bit and dry off. We're soaking wet. We never really did fully dry from our excursion, our little playtime with the Bandits and Helgen. So we'll do that now. Have to excuse me. Something going on in the throat today. Maybe allergies, who knows. So as I mentioned, we've got this book called The Legend of Eagle's Nest. We're going to look at that again. We're going to take a closer look at the map. Try to figure out where it is we need to go exactly. And try to make a plan for what we're going to do tomorrow. So let's see what we got going on here. First, we've got some wine. We've got a little bread. Rabbit, that's delicious. A little stew. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Full belly, warmed by the fire. All right, so Legend of Eagle's Nest. Legend of the Eagle's Nest. Records of an unknown ranger. Written in the mountains near Riverwood and Falkreath. That's a cool logo. There is a rumor about an old legend of a fortress high above the clouds. It is said that the fort was chiseled directly out of the rock. The fort resembles an eagle's nest. That is also the reason why the fort is called that way. An old poem mentions the castle. High, high, high in the sky, up there where the eagles fly, there is a nest made of stone, just waiting for a crown. Up there on a snowy peak, the right way you have to seek. But if you discover the rocky nest, a new home you have found. Let's see. The rocky slopes are too steep to scale. However, according to the legend, there should be a forgotten path to the eagle's nest. A clue about the location of the castle can give this ancient map. English as a second language. It's no problem. We still get it. Whoever you are who created this mod, thank you so much. All right. So, we've got the book. We've also got a key that we acquired at the same time we acquired the book. Presumably that key will get us in, I'm hoping. For now, we are going to get a little shut-eye so we can do this thing rested. Yeah. All right. How long do we rest? Good 6 hours. That ought to get us rested and still give us some daylight. Should also mean that we are completely dry and completely warm. If we're lucky, it will no longer be raining either. That would be terrific. Completely warm. That's good. That's what we want to see. Having a little rest. Look at that. This, by the way, is the Dovahkiin Relaxes mod. There are several different flavors of it. It's one mod, but there are several different flavors you can turn on and off. So you have different kinds of effects when you go into relaxation. All right, we got to gear up. We hit the weather. We've got our cloak on. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with us. All right. No rain, that's good. Thank you, dear viewers, for coming back. I appreciate your viewership very much. This is another episode that we've been talking about for a long time. I don't know how long I've been trying to save up dough. You've been, hearing me blab on and on about how I really needed to get a place to store his junk. Well, we're finally going to be able to do that. Alright, so according to the map, it brings us up here. Bleak Falls Barrow is up here, which means we're also probably going to be forced to deal with some bandits. And there's a strong likelihood, I think, of a wolf or two here as well. Yep, here we go. Ooh, 2 wolves. Do the cross strike. There we go. 2 down. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I've secured this area. I know the wolves here are dead. This is a reasonably safe place to leave my horse, I think. I don't want to take my horse further up the trail. If there are bandits, it could be a problem. So, best to go on foot from here. Now, according to the map, we've kind of got to go up and around this portion of the peak over here. There's obviously no place that we can ascend directly right here. Ooh, look at that, it's a troll. There's no place we can ascend here, so we know that we have to get far enough along the trail that we can kind of get up the slope to the right. So that is, I think, going to carry us pretty close to these bandits, so we're going to take care of those bandits. There's some bandits in that tower there. Should be at least 3 of them. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to raise an impromptu army. We've got a frost troll killing machine right here at our disposal. So we are going to make him into an ally of sorts. We're going to trick him into being our ally. And we are going to drag him up into the fight. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up so he can see me, and I'm going to back up behind this tree, which is going to basically force him to go around the tree, either to the left or the right. Whichever way he goes, I'm going to go the opposite. That'll allow me to get in front of him. And then at this point, it's just a matter of making sure I don't outrun him and I keep him interested. He wants to tear me limb from limb, and that's just fine with me, as long as I stay ahead of him. And I am going to slowly bring him up here. I don't want these bandits to attack too quickly. Alright, here we go. So the bandits are straight ahead. I'm going to go up here to the right. And that is going to get the bandits on the troll scent. Now I attack from behind and we help out our new ally. Obviously, I am not in sneak mode here. So we're going to have to peck away at this guy a little bit. But this dummy is so preoccupied that he doesn't know what to do. So we're going to carve him up. Yeah, one more. Alright, so he's down. Mr. Troll took care of the other one. And, oop, I am stuck, I am stuck, I am stuck. And I just took a bunch of damage. Holy crap. Why am I stuck? Okay. We're going to heal up here. Little plentiful healing. We're going to add a little stamina maybe too. Okay, we got to get moving. Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? He hit me again. Okay, there we go. We got to move. I better get the bow out. Is he going to come in here? Oh, he is. Oh my god. This could be a bad idea. I'm actually painting myself into a corner here, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, we got right above us is a bandit. I'm going to duck under the stairs. Okay, he can't get me under here. She's coming down. Alright, now, this is a problem. I need them to both be dead at the end of this, which means I have to make sure that this battle stays even. There's a couple on the troll. He's in pretty tough shape. Now our bandit, she needs some damage. Here's a little for you. We're going to sit back here in the corner. We're just monitoring the fight at this point, and we're making sure that they both die in this thing. It's got to stay even. Oh, miss. Let's help her out. Okay, she's done. And now our troll, he gets one left. He's done. Wow. Hey, we came out on top. I wasn't sure that was going to end well. Just a note, if you're going to do that, if you're going to raise an impromptu army, make sure that you're not running down a box canyon, because that would be really bad. I just happened to get lucky this time around. It's just a matter of making sure that they both came out in bad shape at the end of that fight. So we monitored their health and plucked away at one or the other depending on who was in the best shape, and actually worked to our advantage. So, alright, here we are. Let's consult our book. We're looking up at the peak. That's the peak where I think we need to go. We just need to figure out where the trail wraps around the mountain. Here is our book. Let's, where's our map? Here. Okay. So, alright. I'm assuming the dash line is the trail as it goes all the way up to Bleak Falls Barrow, and there was a little arrow kind of going around the corner. There's really no obvious path that I can see just looking up the mountainside. Okay, so that's Bleak Falls Barrow. That's the path that goes off to the left. Let's go down here. Here's something. Aha! Excellent. Wow, it is really awful weather here. Well, this is interesting. Check it out. This is going to make the going much easier. So we've got a little suspended walkway. And then some nicely carved stairs. Switch back. Let's see what kind of views we have here. I think these views will probably be really excellent on a clear day. That's one of the things that attracted me to the idea of using this particular abode, is it seemed like it might lend itself well to a lair. In particular, it's a place where you can, you have great views of the surrounding landscape, but it's also fairly central, so we're not far from Whiterun and Riverwood here. Okay, here we go. I still don't see it, unless it's built into the mountain. That doesn't look like someplace I want to go. So let's check it out. Okay, requires key. Hopefully we have a key. We do. It's quiet. Too quiet. Not really sure where I'm supposed to go from here, so let's just explore. That just seems like a locked off area for mining. Ooh, Quicksilver. Quicksilver ore is good. Oh, what was that? I think I missed iron. See, these all require the same key. Ebony, gold. Wow. Potatoes and flour. Okay, this is the way we came. Seems to be a dead end down there, so let's head around this way. Okay, this is all iron ore. Here we go. Fleet's Journal. The vampire threat is growing daily. Just yesterday I saw another one along the road. Sadly, this one escaped my arrow. Ever since the unfortunate death of Adrian to the vampires, there has been a black cloud darkening my mood. The rumor is that there is a group of vampire hunters assembling far to the east. Perhaps I should investigate their operation. These vampires are more than a simple threat. They are an abomination. One does not seek immortality without also denying a soul to Sithis. Who would be so arrogant as to believe they could hide from the Dreadfather what is rightfully his? It's the height of insolence. Even now I hunt 2 of them for the Brotherhood, and how I shall revel in the killing. They seek a quick path to power, but in the end, their reward shall be the repossession of what belongs to Sithis. With the whetting of my blade on these 2 vermin, I shall strike the first blow in what shall be a holy war. By the time they realize they're at war, they will have already lost. Once I've fulfilled my obligation to the Brotherhood, I will travel east and meet with this Dawn Guard. If they are not a bunch of half-wits, perhaps I can use them to find and strike a blow to the heart of the vampire plague. The war of reclamation has begun. Well, we're taking a quick tour of this abode. We have a large kind of outdoor area here. Nothing is really outfitted yet, but my guess is that this entire area, this outside area, is probably devoted to our crafting. I mean, we have weapon racks here. We have some smithing. What's obviously going to be our smithing area right up here. We just passed it. What I really love about this location are just the commanding views that we have. We have a view of the entire valley on one side, looking down over Whiterun, and on the other side, a view of the entire river valley as it passes by Riverwood. You can see all the way up to the lake. We can see Bleak Falls Barrow from here. can't see it very well now because it's not clear, but it's the ideal location. It's also not very far from the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, which is really where we want to be. So now we're taking a look inside the main house. It's very dark. So this looks like it's a main room, and then we have a side room here. I don't know. There's some weapons and some storage here. I don't know what this is going to be once we get fully outfitted. Now, some of you may be asking, oh, look at that. Lifetime supply of skooma even. One of the things that I've been discussing is saving up money so that I could buy this abode. And we had a conversation quite a long time ago, actually, where I was speculating that, in my opinion anyway, I felt like it was only fair that if I were going to use a mod to acquire a home in Skyrim, that I pay at least the equivalent amount that I would pay for a room or for a abode in the vanilla game, right? Fair is fair, right? So far we haven't had to pay anything, because we have acquired a book and we've acquired a key that have gotten us to this place. But you will notice that this place has nothing. I mean, there are no furnishings. Well, this might be a kitchen, judging by the table here. I mean, there's no place to sleep. There's no place to hang our things, nothing like that. And that is what we are actually going to be paying for in this mod, as well as paying for some modifications. There are certain portions of this player home that have fallen to ruin, and we can restore them by paying craftsmen to fix them. So we will be investing an equivalent amount of money here. In fact, we will be investing quite a bit more money in this place than it would cost to build a player home using Hearthfire or buying a player home in the vanilla game. So we'll be investing a lot of money here, but I think in the end, it's going to be great. It's a perfect spot. The thing I like about it, too, is it's got a distinctly sort of monastic feel to it. And as I assume you've noticed, the title of this chapter is Ministry of Murder. I chose that title because I knew that as part of this portion of the story, we would be setting up our base of operation, and I wanted it to have sort of a ministerial, monastical type of feel to it. It's secluded in some of the same ways that High Hrothgar is. It's difficult to get to. Getting up the mountain is difficult. There's quite a climb, plus the weather is inclement here all the time. You can freeze to death. I mean, it's remote. But the views are commanding, and it's very centralized. So when you get out here on the verandas and you look down at the countryside below, you feel like you own the place. You know what I mean? You feel like you own the surrounding countryside, and that's really the feel that I wanted. Plus, what's this? Wow, look at all of this storage. This must be for alchemy. Yeah, it must be for alchemy. Oh, look at that. There's a trapdoor in the ceiling. See where that goes. Okay, this is an overlook, complete with an eagle's nest. Oh, there's another overlook there. We haven't figured out how to get to that one yet. But, the other thing I like about it is, if you look, if you're standing in Whiterun, say at the Gildergreen, and you look up toward the mountains, you can actually see the eagle's nest from there. You can see it on a clear day. You can see it also from Riverwood. So it's kind of an imposing, sort of menacing presence perched on top of the mountain. So I just like the whole feel, the whole image of the thing. So In the next episode, we will be continuing on with the requirements for this mod, which will take us down into Riverwood, where we will spend some money and we will get this place completely outfitted so it's actually livable. I think our initial investment just in furnishings and to try to outfit the main house is over 7,000 septims alone. That is not counting other things like, rebuilding those areas that have fallen to ruin over the years, as well as, we're going to need to hire a steward here, maybe some livestock, things like that. So there's a long way to go here, but I think this place has the bones of a great base of operations for Fleet's vision of what the Dark Brotherhood will become. That brings us to the end of another episode. I want to thank you for taking the journey with me, and until next time, may all that you do be swift, quiet, and deadly. To all Skyrim assassins, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry.
From Volume 1 of the Sumerian Doctrine, on the topic of war. To wage war is to set upon our enemies' will to fight, rather than their strength to raise a sword. When an army loses its leader, it becomes undisciplined, and in the face of chaos falls to ruin. Ours is the dark business of killing leaders. All snakes, regardless of their size or power, are rendered ineffectual when separated from their fangs. This is the most difficult path, but the quickest route to victory. The Master Assassin seeks out the head of the snake, and in the face of all disadvantage, cleaves the head from the body.
You've been watching Aranis Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. If you liked this video, please rate, like, and subscribe. For more information on this and other CouchWarrior broadcasts, visit me on the web at www.couchwarrior.tv.